I admit I didn't know anything about Lincolnshire at all, so it was lovely. You really do drive into a beautiful county, and looking on Rightmove, we were just blown away with the properties we could be actually looking at and thinking we could move our family to. It's ticked all the boxes for us.
There's lovely multicultural shops around here, which I was shocked to find out. We've got Asian, African, Caribbean, Oriental food shops. You've also got a variety of churches, you know, if that's what you're into, places of worship. There's a lot to choose from. Pubs, every other door is a pub. And in between a fish and chips pub.
One of the major attractions for moving to Lincoln for me was the property value. For the same value of a mid-terraced house in Newcastle with a tiny backyard, we've managed to secure a detached house with a large garden in the countryside. And for me that's been a big factor, not only for day-to-day life but just general quality of life.
My quality of life has changed dramatically. We left London ready to take a step back, and it's absolutely worked like that. I have a much easier pace of life. It is completely under my control, and I come home to a beautiful house. It's so easy to unwind in that scenario.
I certainly think my lifestyle's changed since moving to Lincolnshire. It's far more laid back, I feel. I don't know whether that's just me and myself, but I think it's a more relaxed pace of life in Lincolnshire.
Covering 2,500 square miles, Lincolnshire sits on the east coast, between Cambridgeshire to the south and Yorkshire to the north, which means that London, Birmingham and Manchester are within easy reach. Lincolnshire has something to offer, whatever lifestyle you want. Vibrant life in Lincoln, market towns such as Boston, Stamford and Grantham, villages in the Wolds and coastal resorts. And in 2013, the Lincolnshire town of Stamford was voted Best Place to Live by the Sunday Times.
Moving the kids to the country has been a huge success. We moved them at a young age, and they've straight away settled in beautifully into the village school, which is really fantastic, and their schoolwork has just excelled in that smaller environment. And one of the other great things with Lincolnshire, and one of the real positives for our move, is the fact that they've got fantastic grammar schools here. So moving on from this current village school, they're going to hopefully go to the local grammar school 4 miles away, and it does extremely well in all the league tables. It's also got fantastic facilities.
We found out that Lincolnshire had very good schools. It's got many schools that are in the top 100 comprehensive schools in the country, and the great thing about them being comprehensive is they're free. So I've got friends who live in London who are not such good kids at not such good schools, and they're paying £20,000–30,000 a year to educate them, whereas my kids get to go to very good schools for free. And practices now are integrating more with the health providers of other sorts, like the mental health teams, the community health providers, and federating more as practices, so working much more at scale.
The Lincoln VTS training scheme's quite a small and well-supported group. I think in my year there were only maybe 12 people in total.
We have a good vocational training scheme, a Lincolnshire vocational training scheme for general practice. We have 2 bases for that, one in Lincoln and one in Boston, so people can choose which one to go to.
The training up here in Lincolnshire is, I'd say, a lot more tailored to the individual. There's not just a generic curriculum that you dish out regardless of what the individual needs of the candidates are, really. They have enough time to get to know you, get to know what your needs are. And as a result, you find that a lot of us up here, against what we thought would have been the case, pass exams first time, which is more of a shock to me than anyone.
I think Lincolnshire is really underestimated. I wasn't expecting life here to be this good, but actually it's the best move I've ever made, and everyone's been slightly envious of the lifestyle of a Lincolnshire GP. In fact, one of them, I'm sure I'm going to get her to relocate to Lincoln, and I think she might even do general practice.